All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you are listening in from. And I made the mistake. I forgot to reboot my computer this morning, and everything is moving slow. And if I did it right now, it would be another 30 minutes before I'm online. So we're going to have to soldier through this one today. Wow. Trying to do my connections on Facebook since we're on YouTube, because Facebook's not allowing me to connect. So give me just 1 second here. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestions, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Make a decision, find a vehicle, take action, stay focused, do not get distracted. Remember, you have limited resources. You can't be a part of everything. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. So I am almost ready. Another second here. We are at the middle of the week. Wednesday. Bethany, I will call you right after this live. One more thing I need to do here. Almost set. Now I need to pull this up on my other computer so I can actually see what you guys are saying to me. Please go ahead, give thumbs up, like button on the YouTube channel. I tried to do Facebook. Facebook will not allow me to connect, and it does it every now and then. So now it's the last 2 days in a row, I cannot connect. Okay, so let's see, who do we have on that's listening? Who me? Court Gomes from Florida, Bethany Gibbs from Seattle, Cynthia from Phoenix, Omar Jarrett, Connecticut, Shauna Ross, North Carolina, Jacqueline from Maryland, Richard, hot in LA already. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I feel it. Gina Muhammad, Cleve Stewart, New York. All right, let's look at the market. So I made a prediction yesterday. Did my prediction come true? Yes. I said that it would reach the $13,000 mark and then retrace back down because it would hit the wall, the resistance. And I go to the market. Let's go to Poloniex. Because right now the price is at $12,700 range. Oh, come on, Poloniex. You were just up a second ago. There we go. Whoa. Whoa, that dropped like a rock. 12,400. That just happened. Why is this not updated? Oh, I know why. I got to change let me change this to 5 minutes. Something just took place. Yeah, look at that. That sucker, it just happened. It was squeezing and just dropped like a rock. Each of these candlesticks represents 5 minutes. And so when I had just started, it was around here when I looked at it this morning. And then I was dropping like a rock. Wow. Huh. This is also why I do my crypto talks at these certain times, because this is when the market tends to be doing stuff, so I can do it live. But overall, the crypto market cap is up 1.9% since yesterday. 351 billion. Problem I have with that, it's all Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Last 7 days, Bitcoin is up 19%. Last 24 hours, almost 2%. But it is dropped by 1.5% within the last hour. Came down. The 24-hour high was 13,154. That happened last night when Asia and Europe woke up. But now that America is up, I don't know why this correction's taking place like this, but it is. But I'm not surprised. Now, I need to see, are the other coins correcting as well? Yeah. Negative Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Binance, they're all correcting. Tether's in the green. Also, people are putting their money in Tether as a safe haven. But the entire market is reacting to Bitcoin dropping 600. Well, actually, if its height was 13,100, now it's at 12,400. Yeah, it's gone down over $700 in 24 hours after a long run up. So those of you who understand trading, this is the squeeze. And when that happens, you got the volume tightening up and then an explosion either up or down. And this way it went down. This is what we would call buying the dip. This is what we would call buying the squeeze and selling the squeeze. So how far this will go? Well, we'll have to see. We'll see where this ends up by the end of this crypto talk. We'll see how this ends up. So me reading the rest of this chart is not going to matter because it's moving right now. Let's go into some news. Bitcoin price will smash $100,000 by 2021. And I'm excited to read these articles this morning because there's a lot of topics that piqued my interest. So you read this as a lawyer, what's the key word here? When I look at this, Bitcoin smash 100K 2021 Facebook. Those are the key words there. But they use the word just not reach. It didn't say we're going to get near. It said we're going to smash 100,000 in the next 2 years. Oh, I'm on YouTube, so I can post this link. Yeah, it's a massive drop. We're talking about within the last 15 minutes. This thing had a massive drop. Let's see. He's blowing me up. Okay. Go back to the article. Not that one. Bitcoin is rallying once again after suffering a small stutter in the final week of June. The price of the flagship crypto was hovering around the $13,000 mark once again, and not surprisingly, the bulls are out in full force with their big Bitcoin price predictions. This article was just yesterday, and look how fast things change. Whoa, this thing's dropping like a rock. 12,200. Man, it just dropped 2% in 45 seconds. Whoa, I love doing this live. You guys are seeing this. Let me, what's going on here? This is throwing me off. What are the buy orders sitting at? 12,200. How low is this going to go? We got a buy order there, 17,000, 29,000 at 12,200, $20,000 at 12,180. It just keeps going down. What about sell orders? 12,283, 12,290. People are panicking right now. The bot is dropped to 12,386 as a sell order. Oh, this thing's going to drop. How? What's the bottom? Whoa. Whoa, this chart hasn't even caught up yet. We're already right in this range here. So the next major wall is 12,000, and then if it keeps sliding, it can go all the way down to 11,000. Just look at how high the sell wall is now. People are, the short-term day traders right now are panicking. That's what this chart tells me. I'm just looking at the sell orders being placed here. 36,000, they got a sell. It was just at $13,000 last night. So now, since it's gone down, they're putting a sell order in at 12,300. If they put that sell order in last night or even 1 hour ago, they would have made off with a lot of good money. It's still dropping, 12,100. You guys are able to see this live. Look at the rest of the market too. Litecoin is down 13%, Ethereum 7%, EOS negative 11%, QTUM. Anything happened in the news I have not heard about? Is there any breaking news taking place right now? Something's going on that this is happening. This almost makes this article obsolete. Yeah, I don't want to read this article. This is completely obsolete. Well, yeah. Smash 100,000. I'm going to skip that article because it's now obsolete. Facebook cancels Calibra. Interesting, they called it Calibra. Calibra is their crypto arm or digital currency arm that's creating the Libra. So they canceled the Calibra launch in India thanks to government's crypto loathing. And I'll put this link in the chat box. Learn how to read the charts, everybody. We'll save you. Days after an Indian government official expressed discomfort with Facebook's cryptocurrency plans, the social media giant has indicated that it has no plans to offer Libra or its digital wallet Calibra in its largest market. According to the Economic Times, a Facebook spokesperson cited India's harsh anti-cryptocurrency stance as it's a reason to stay away from the world's second most populous country. This is interesting here. It's like Facebook wants to enjoy all the benefits of being centralized, claiming the name of crypto, but at the same time, they can be regulated in ways that crypto cannot. See, India cannot stop Bitcoin, but they can stop the Libra. It's like a catch-22 for the Libra here. They want to act like Bitcoin. Well, if they want to act like Bitcoin, then governments can do to the Libra what they cannot do to Bitcoin if they want to stop it. So this is interesting to watch how they handle this. So it says, as you may know, there are local restrictions within India that made a launch of Calibra not possible at this time. India uncomfortable with private cryptocurrencies, including Libra. Earlier this week, CCN reported that India's Economic Affairs Secretary Subhash Garg had indicated that Libra will unlikely to get a go-ahead from the government. See, Bitcoin doesn't need a go-ahead from the government. They just do. It just does. Garg argued that Libra would likely meet the same treatment as other cryptocurrencies. Since the start of 2000, so now this is the third country. We've got the United States, fourth country, United States, France, Russia, and now India. 4 big countries that is telling Facebook no. So since the start of 2018, India has taken various steps that have impacted negatively on the country's cryptocurrency sector. Last year in April, the Reserve Bank of India ordered banks under its regulatory ambit not to offer their services to crypto-related businesses. This had the effect of forcing cryptocurrency businesses to either cease operations, scale back, or move ahead. It looks like this thing kind of reached the bottom and it's bouncing back up. I'm watching this as I'm speaking. 12,382. These panic sellers, that was silly. It was just at 13 grand last night. It was at 12,900 an hour ago, and you're going to put a sell order in of how much money? $18,000, and you're going to put that sell order in at 12,400, $600 less than it was an hour ago. This is that whole thing. This is why education is so important. You sell high, you buy low. These people should be putting in buy orders, not sell orders. They panicked. They freaked out. Now the buy orders is all. See, now these guys are correct. Buy orders this low, not sell. All right, let me get back to Facebook. Just late last month, India's Bitcoin exchange CoinEx closed shop just as it was nearing its second year anniversary. This followed in the footsteps of other major exchanges, including ZebPay, which shut down last year in late September. I got to put this link. Oh, I did. Why did it not show up on my other computer? There we go. Okay, while CoinEx did not immediately reveal any plans to launch operations abroad, ZebPay has managed to stay alive by relocating. Currently, ZebPay is headquartered in Malta, from where it is able to serve 22 countries, mostly located in Europe. ZebPay also recently set up operations in Australia. Besides RBI restricting banks from servicing crypto-related businesses, reports have surfaced indicating that there is a proposed piece of legislation, the Banning of Cryptocurrencies and Regulation of Official Digital Currencies Bill 2019, that is aimed at criminalizing cryptocurrency mining, buying, You're going to criminalize people for holding it? Reportedly, the draft law is proposing a jail term of up to 10 years for anyone caught engaging in any of the above mentioned cryptocurrency activities. You got to move, time to move from the country. See, this is what governments do. It doesn't matter what government, they all do this. If something happens that they did not create, the first thing they do is they criminalize it. They ban it. And when all else fails, because India is going to do a 180, I don't know when, it might happen around 2021, when all other nations are on board doing something with crypto, India will have no choice but to join the party. And I predict they'll join the party by still not accepting Bitcoin, but they will create their own digital coin. China, same way. Iran, same way. Russia, North Korea. I mean, you can't stand in front of progress. It's like the invention of the airplane. And India says, you know what? I don't believe in that airplane. We're banning that crap. I mean, I don't believe that people can get into a tinfoil and it's going to fly across the sky. People might have an accident. They may die. We didn't create it. You know, we're going to go with our trains and our horses. We barely accepted the automobile. And then they're the only country that doesn't have airplanes. What do you think they're going to do? Yeah, they're going to adopt airplanes. That just happens. When major tech advancements in society happen in one nation, the other nations follow suit to adapt, unless they want to be considered third world. But 10-year prison sentence? While it is just a proposed law which may or may not be enacted, the draft has already had a negative impact on India's crypto sector. According to the co-founder and CEO of Coinex, Rahul Raj, the proposed legislation was partially responsible for the closure of the exchange, as it caused a severe drop in trading activity due to users fearing the repercussions. A proposed piece of legislation called the Banning of Cryptocurrencies and Regulation of Official Digital Currencies Bill 2019 has created enough FUD in the Indian crypto trading community to result in a sharp decline. Well, is this why? Is this why Bitcoin's dropping like this? Because I was wondering, is there any news that has come out? Or what is the... This is brand new, though. July 10th. India's got over 1 billion people. Could this be the reason why the market dropped? I don't know. I was looking for some news. All right. Next one up. This might be another one. I'm going to actually read this one to see because it reversed itself. $13,000 Bitcoin price jumps 30% in 8-day gain. What's behind the recovery? Now, those 8-day gains have been wiped out. Let's see, right now we're looking at it was up 30%. Now it's down to 14% over the last 7 days. And the last hour, it has dropped 4.3%. But when Bitcoin, this is funny, when Bitcoin goes up, the other coins may either remain stable or go up a little bit. But when Bitcoin goes down, they all do. Look at this over here on the side. They all do. You may have a couple of oddballs out there. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. So you've got Egretia and Ren over the last hour that has gained, but those are the only two coins in the entire market that have a positive in the last hour. All the rest are following Bitcoin. All red. This is why I made that statement a couple of weeks ago about green. Had green been on the market before this run up, it would have just by default gained a whole lot by default. All right. Anyways, so what was behind it going up 30%? In the past 24 hours, the Bitcoin price has seen a gain of around $1,000 and surpassed $13,150 across major crypto exchanges. demonstrating strong momentum against the US dollar. The upside movement of Bitcoin comes after it saw a large pullback in the tune of 30% earlier this month, during which the dominant crypto asset dipped to as low as 9,700. Bitcoin is up 30% in just over a week. So what are some of the factors? Since dropping below 10,000, the Bitcoin price has surged by more than 30% in 8 days. Technical analysts have said that the recovery of Bitcoin from relatively large, short-term corrections have strengthened the foundation of the current rally of the asset. One crypto technical analyst said, the BTC bull run barely even started. According to 2015 Fractal, the road to 6 digits was confirmed when we broke 10K. It will be a journey packed with FUD, bans, hacks, and all sorts of manipulations, but nothing worth having comes easy, especially financial freedom. I agree 100%. We're watching it. So on this run up, we have FUD and bans. Look at what's going on with India. Hacks and all sorts of manipulations. While the surge in the Bitcoin price over the past 2 to 3 months is widely believed to be technical, there are important contributing fundamental factors that have acted as potential catalysts of the entire crypto market. Along with consistent inflow of institutional capital through custodian solutions, investment vehicles, and futures markets, the hash rate of the Bitcoin blockchain network has recorded its fastest rate of growth in history. Really? The Bitcoin network hash rate has just recorded its fastest growth in history, and BTC, Bitcoin's total hash rate, on a 7-day moving average has increased by 13.11 EHS over the past 30 days. It's the fastest pace ever, said Binance Research. That's big news. An increase in the hash rate of the Bitcoin blockchain suggests growth in the amount of computing power securing the network, which historically has indicated an overall increase in confidence from the mining ecosystem. Brian Kelly, the CEO of BKCM, stated that many miners have already acquired capital to finance their operations throughout the next 12 months with the intention of not selling Bitcoin in the near future. See, these guys are looking at Bitcoin long term. I saw an article by the Winklevoss twins that was titled that Bitcoin right now, we are at the bottom of the first inning. If you know how baseball is played. Just like the internet, 1993. They're looking 10 years down the road here. And 10 years from now, they'll still be under 50 years old. I wish I could say the same. 10 years from now, I will be 52 years old, going on 53. Man. As the block reward halving of the Bitcoin network approaches and miners sell less BTC to the global market via over-the-counter exchanges, the decline in supply could affect the price of the asset. Because I've talked to a lot of miners around the world, a lot of them have said they have sold enough Bitcoin to get us through the next year or so, and we are going to hoard Bitcoin at this point in time. Man, they are doing exactly what I want to do. And we are not going to sell it, and the supply of Bitcoin will get cut in half. Just real simple economics. Lots of demand hitting little supply. Price goes higher. So let me break this down in layman's terms, what they're doing, because they're doing exactly what I want to do. They're gaining they live off of Bitcoin as well. They are getting enough Bitcoin, selling it so that they have enough to survive for an entire year, all bills paid and everything for a year. So from this point forward, all the Bitcoin that they get, they're going to hoard it. They're going to sit on it. So two things is happening. If you have the miners doing this, we're not talking about them holding 5 Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin. We're talking about hundreds of Bitcoin, if not thousands of Bitcoin. They're going to sit on it. They're not going to put it up for sale. When the Bitcoin halving takes place next year, and now the rewards is releasing half of what they're releasing right now, and the miners are not selling their coins, there's less coins on the market available. That's why he says it's common sense economics. It's simple. And then think about this. A year from now, there's going to be more people out there that are more educated about Bitcoin, and they're going to want more of it. More people that's going to want it. Just that alone is going to cause classic supply demand. The price is going to skyrocket. So they're doing exactly what my plan is. Remember yesterday, when did I do? Did I do a talk last night? I don't remember, but I know the last thing I said was you want to have $50,000 worth of Bitcoin stashed away. That's an ultimate goal. If you can accomplish $50,000 worth of Bitcoin stashed away before 2020, your life will never be the same within the next 7 to 10 years. That's all I'm saying. So alternative crypto assets are struggling. Despite the 30% gain of Bitcoin over the past 8 days, alternative crypto assets have struggled against BTC. While Bitcoin recorded a 4% gain on the day, other assets like Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash recorded losses in the range of 1 to 3% against the US dollar. The growing dominance of BTC over the global crypto market, supplemented by its increase in price, suggests that investors are expressing more confidence in BTC due to the fundamental factors on the horizon that could fuel its momentum through 2019. All right, and the last article up. This really caught my attention. I'm following the big boys here. Bitcoin undervalued until it hits $7 trillion market cap, says the Winklevoss twins. The Winklevoss twins are the first recorded Bitcoin billionaires because they invested $11 million when people didn't even know what Bitcoin was. They're playing the long game here. Now, I want to put this in perspective. What is the market cap of Bitcoin right now? I'm going to show you. The market cap of Bitcoin right now. Let's go back to CoinGecko.com. $219 billion. That is the market cap right now, and has made them billionaires. $219 billion at a price of $12,000. When it hit its all-time high, let me click on all-time high. This is the type of stuff that keeps me up late at night, but it also gets me so freaking frustrated. All-time high, Bitcoin was at $19,000. All-time high of market dominance was 65%. Problem is, it's not showing me what their, from my memory, I think it was at about 400 billion was Bitcoin by itself, market cap, about 400 billion. Now, everything we know about Bitcoin, that is what reached its high. What happens? What happens when this number is 7 trillion? Not the entire crypto market. Because if Bitcoin still remains around 50% or so dominance, then this number here, the 7 trillion, which means the entire market is 14 trillion around there. But what happens when Bitcoin by itself is 7 trillion? It's hard for me to wrap my mind around that. So let me read the article here, because I want to have the same train of thought that these guys have. They know something. If you think you've already missed Bitcoin's biggest price gains, think again. The Winklevoss twins think Bitcoin has plenty of room to run and is wildly undervalued at anything less than a $7 trillion market cap. Hey, Bethany, I might have to pull out that old graph. I'm gonna get it prepared. I think I'm gonna have to pull it out. Where did I have it saved? Uh, Let me see. I forgot what I called it. What is it called? You know, the one that shows the world's money supply. I haven't looked at it in a very long time, and I forgot where I saved it. Anyways, I can go without that. If anybody has that, put that link in the chat box, and I'll just click on it to open it up. So I'll have to go look for it, but I need the visuals to put things in perspective. 7 trillion. Current market cap is at 229 billion. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, who reportedly own 1% of all Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. Think about that. If they own 1% of all Bitcoin, what's 1% of $7 trillion? Anybody know that number? 1% of 7 trillion? 70 billion? Is that right? No. 700 billion? I don't know. Great. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss own 1%. Our thesis is that Bitcoin is gold 2.0. And so until it has a market cap of 7 trillion, which is the size of gold, it's a very undervalued asset. So I think people are waking up to that. Will Bitcoin surpass gold? Bitcoin has long been considered digital gold, or a store of value due to its scarce supply and lack of correlation to other market assets. But the digital gold narrative has strengthened throughout 2019. Crypto fund Grayscale, which has more than $2.8 billion assets under management, recently launched a Drop Gold campaign. It encourages investors to switch gold for Bitcoin in their portfolio, something the Winklevoss twins have also advocated. Said, why is gold still in your portfolio? The narrative is gaining traction. Even traditional Wall Street traders now advocate a 5% allocation to Bitcoin. Usually in a portfolio, gold is about 5 to 10% of the portfolio, so there's nothing wrong with saying Bitcoin couldn't be 5 to 10% of a portfolio right now. Winklevoss twins doubled down on Bitcoin. Back in 2013, the Winklevi took millions from their Facebook settlement and poured it into Bitcoin. They invested in early crypto startup BitInstant and began accumulating 1% of all Bitcoin supply. They since launched their own cryptocurrency exchange, Gemini. The twins believe the world's biggest crypto is still in its early stages. Speaking at a panel discussion this week, they said, we still think, look at the smile on their faces. They know what's up. We still think it's the bottom of the first inning. Their advice for Zuckerberg and, I said Zuckerberg, the advice for Zuckerberg in Facebook's Libra crypto. The Winklevoss twins famously settled with Mark Zuckerberg over claims that Facebook founders stole their social network idea. Do they have any advice for the former nemesis as he launches a cryptocurrency of his own? They say, talk with regulators. You know, we definitely went through the front door and we tried to educate the regulators and shape the regulation in a thoughtful manner, because if you get the regulation wrong, it can stifle innovation. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss have always advocated for a compliant approach to crypto. They were among the first to speak to New York regulators and launched a controversial campaign last year calling for rules in the Bitcoin space. Thank you, Bethany. Let me see if I can pull this up. We're going to go into dream mode right now. And I like doing this every now and then. It reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing, the sacrifice of it. So let me open this up. Let me give you guys a visual so you understand the magnitude of what we're dealing with. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Okay, just wanted to show you an example. See this little black square here? Each square represents 100 billion. So right now, Bitcoin represents 2 squares, okay? 2 squares is what represents Bitcoin, 200 billion. So this is all of silver, cryptocurrencies. But look at the biggest companies. So the biggest, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6 biggest companies in the world are bigger than crypto. $807 billion market cap, the biggest companies in the world. Berkshire Hathaway, Microsoft, Alphabet, Apple, Facebook, Amazon. You got the 50 richest people in the world. Represents 1.9 trillion. Gates, Bezos, Buffett, Zuckerberg, Jack Ma, Elon Musk, etc. California. The California GDP. You know, California could be the 5th largest nation on the planet if it was by itself. 2.9 trillion. California has a GDP bigger than most countries. The federal balance sheet represents 4.5 trillion. Okay? This is the federal government's balance sheet. All the currency, China, Eurozone, rest of the world, USA, Japan. Total value of the world's coins and banknotes, 7.6 trillion. Gold, this is what the Winklevoss twins are talking about, represents 7.7 trillion. We're going to come back to this because this is what they say Bitcoin by itself is going to represent, this stack right here. Stock markets, 73 trillion. Vast majority, you've got United States. Global money supply. So the total value of the world's easily accessible money, which means, you know, the money, the fiat money basically, is 36.8 trillion. What should scare us as Americans is that we're $21 trillion in debt. And the world's global money supply is only 36.8 trillion. It would take more than half the world just to pay off America's debt. Broad money, total value of the world's money that's not, you know, including those that's not easily accessed, 90.4 trillion. So 8% is physical, which means you can get that cash, 92% non-physical. Global debt, 215 trillion. This is why Bitcoin and stuff is going to rise. We can't survive under the weight of this debt. $215 trillion. 70 trillion of it was added in the last decade alone. Global real estate, 217 trillion. Look at these stacks. Remember, Bitcoin only represents, as of today, just 2 blocks. Derivatives market, the low end, 544 trillion. The low end. However, the high end, 1.2 quadrillion. Have you ever heard that number before? Quadrillion. So what are derivatives if you don't know? Futures contracts, forward contracts, options, warrants, swaps. It's what the people in the stock market do. How they make real money by manipulating the system. So the CMEs, the like the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the CBOE, they all deal with derivatives. 1.2 quadrillion. This is all the money in the world, and Bitcoin is just 2 blocks. We haven't even blipped the screen yet. all the Bitcoin millionaires and billionaires came from this. What happens when Bitcoin represents this? Not 2 blocks, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 40. Well, hold what? 50 blocks? What happens when Bitcoin represents all of this? Do you think there's room for you in here? There's only 21 million Bitcoin ever. If you just owned one whole Bitcoin, you will be in a league of your own 10 years from now, because it will be rare to find somebody that owns one whole Bitcoin. You will recall the day when Bitcoin was less than $20,000 a coin, and your grandchildren and your children are going to say, did you get one when it was cheap? And right now you think it's expensive. And I'm mindful of that, because I remember when I saw Bitcoin for the first time when it had reached $100 a coin. And so I'm not paying $100 a coin for that. And then it reached $600 a coin. I thought, I think I better get a couple Bitcoin, but it's still kind of expensive. And I called $600 expensive. I didn't know any better. Now we're sitting at $12,400 a coin. And you still think it's too expensive? What are you going to say when it's $1 million a coin? Oh, I wish I would have got some back. I would have done anything back then. Well, we are living in the back then right now. I am 100% cognizant of this. I am aware. It is like going back to the future, and my future self went back in time, is telling me what to do right now. That is my mind frame. It is killing me. And those of you that's in business with me know why. I need our doors to open now. We've got a lot of work to do. Can't be playing around with this. This is our future. And education is the key. Education first. So with that, I hope you guys learned something new. I mean, this just gave me more fuel in the fire looking at an article like this. This is what they're preparing. You think they care about the price of Bitcoin right now? They don't care that it drops $700. They don't care if it drops down to $3,000. They're in this for the long game. And these two gentlemen are going to be one of the wealthiest men the world has ever seen before they turn 50. That's good for them. How about us? Where are you going to be 10 years from now? So with that is it for this morning. I got a lot of work to do. I don't know if I'll be back for late night crypto talk. More than likely, it will be depending on what crypto is actually doing. Since it did drop, it hit that bottom. It kind of bounced back up a little bit. 12,400 range. Let me see if this says, wow, why is this thing moving like this? Let's see if things have settled down a bit. You know, people started to panic in here and throw in sell orders that were stupid. So, all right, the bot has solidified at 12,500 for a sell order. We've got another 2.3 Bitcoin, 12,400. Why in the world did you do that? They put that sell like that. Let's see, what are the buy orders? Has this gotten strong? 1 and 4.4 Bitcoin, 12,300 order. It's kind of settled down a little bit, but this sell wall is strong at 14,000 and then 13,500. So it could come back up. It could. We had a flash. Probably a whale dumped some coin somewhere and the market reacted to it. We'll see. But anyways, hope you guys learned something new. As always, that is the point. Learning how to read the charts will save you. If you want to learn how, want to have private teaching from me, you can go to www.teachmecrypto.net. Teachmecrypto.net. With that, everybody have a great day, and maybe I'll be back this evening. Talk to you later. God bless. Bye-bye.